Hey everybody, I'm Evan and this is Magnolias in Sunlight, the video portion to my blog, magnoliasinsunlight.com. My name is Evan. If you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. I'm excited to have you, and if you're new, welcome. But today, the day I'm uploading this video, is the first day of Fiesta back home in San Antonio. And so those of you who are not from San Antonio and you're not familiar with Fiesta, I don't blame you. It's not really a widely known celebration, but basically it's like the Mardi Gras of San Antonio. It's a 2-week event of parties and parades. There's a Riverwalk parade, and there is Nyosa, which is Night in Old San Antonio. And so basically it's just kind of a huge party with a lot of like San Antonio flair. There's a lot of mariachi bands and Cascarones and a lot of delicious Mexican food. And I really miss being home every April for Fiesta. We always went, and it was a big part of my childhood growing up. I loved Fiesta. We always went to the arts and crafts fair. My grandma and I went. And then when I was really little, we always went to the night parade and sometimes the Riverwalk parade. And when you're in school, you get a Friday off because of the Battle of Flowers parade, which is celebrating the Alamo. And it just was a lot of fun. And like I said, these little guys were a big part of it. So since I am in California and I am not participating in San Antonio with Fiesta this year, I still wanted to be a part of it. So I made myself some cascarones, and I'm going to show you guys how to make these. Basically, if you have never heard of this before, it is an egg filled with confetti and decorated, and then you run around and smash them on other people's heads. The confetti goes everywhere, and it's just a lot of fun. This one says M&S for Magnolias in Sunlight because, you know, shameless promotion. So let's dive in on how to DIY this. So to prep the egg, just hit the top of it, one of the sides, and crack it just a little bit. Once it cracks, you're going to just peel away a bunch of the pieces until the yolk falls out. Put it into a bowl so you can use it later. And then I like to just open up the opening a little bit more, take away a few more bits. And then it's really important to rinse it out, get rid of all of the egg stuff. And once it's rinsed, just let it dry on a paper towel. You want the whole thing inside outside to be dry, and then cook the eggs because we don't want to be wasteful. Okay, so once your eggs are dry, you want to bring them to wherever you're going to decorate them. And they're round and they roll. I carried them in here on my cutting board, but we almost had an accident because this one tried to jump ship. So carry them wherever you're going. Just be careful because if they fall on the ground, they definitely will shatter. You're going to need your eggs, some paint brushes, a little bit of Mod Podge, some scissors, some paint in assorted colors. You can also use some glitter if you want to get real fancy. And then to fill the eggs and cover the hole, you'll need some tissue paper or something you can make confetti out of. First step is to make your confetti. So we're just going to take this end of this big bunch of tissue paper and we're going to cut it off. This is just going to make the tissue paper shorter. You can still use it for other things. We're not going to waste a bunch of tissue paper by doing this. I've had people ask me that in the past, but you want the confetti inside to be multicolored. So I've seen a lot of people fill these with like newspaper that they've shredded or party confetti. They have some foil confetti that is really, really pretty, and I love that because when you crack these on somebody's head, then they are covered in like glitter. And then we're gonna prop this little guy up and basically just trim the confetti into there. If you're making a bunch of these, you can do this into a bowl, and then you can put the confetti straight into the eggs using like your fingers or a spoon or something. Oh no, confetti explosion. And then you have some confetti in your little egg. Now with your tissue paper, you want to cut some squares that will cover up the holes on the top. So one of these, this one here cracked down further, so it's going to need a bigger square than the other two. So we have these 3 little squares. You're just going to take your Mod Podge and, oh no, it glued itself shut. Okay, so second time is a charm. We're gonna take our Mod Podge and one of our paint brushes. Just make sure you wash the paintbrush out really, really well after you use the Mod Podge with it, because it will ruin your paintbrush. We're just gonna paint the edge of the egg with a little bit of Mod Podge so that the little topper fits right over it. And then you're just gonna kind of crimp it like so. So it has a little, basically like a bonnet, a little covering. And then we're going to continue painting so that that doesn't fall off. There we have it, 3 of our covered eggs. So at this step, if you didn't want to decorate them, you could actually just let them dry, and that would be your cascarone. But we want to decorate them, at least I do. If you're in a hurry, though, this could be your finished product. So while these are still drying, like I said a minute ago, I'm kind of an impatient person, so I'm gonna go ahead and do some decorating on them. That was the DIY. I know that it wasn't much, but these are super easy to make. Another big craft for Fiesta are tissue paper flowers, and those are really fun to make. And we made those growing up all the time for Fiesta. You can make little like flower crowns out of them. So maybe I will do another DIY later on before Fiesta is over about how to make those. Because instead of using plastic flowers, you can use tissue paper, and usually I have tissue paper lying around a lot more often than I have plastic flowers. And then on Sunday, I'm going to do a like Fiesta feast, so check in for that. I'm doing 3 different recipes. We're gonna make chicken gorditas, churro cupcakes, and a healthy version of Mexican rice. So that should be up by Sunday evening, and I'm really excited about it. I have all these recipes planned. I just have to find time to cook them. So if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're going to make some cascarones, I would love to see them. So tag me on Instagram or send them to me on Twitter. Let me know down in the comments if you plan to make them. And if you're in San Antonio, enjoy Fiesta. I'm, like I said, so sad I won't be there, but I am going to celebrate in spirit out here in California. Make sure that you subscribe to my channel. Check the links down below. All my social medias are there. And I will see you guys on Sunday with that recipe video. Love you lots. Bye.